Alright, today we're looking at Lil Uzi Vert's P's and Q's. I really, really like this song. We're gonna have to break this down in some thoroughness. I think this song is such a perfect encapsulation of all the stuff I really like about Lil Uzi Vert. So if you've ever been a little confused by this guy, maybe you're really big into Bad and Bougie and you never got the appeal of his strange verse, maybe check this song out. Maybe listen to it like 80, 90 times in a row, as I probably have over the years, and see if it can kind of click for you. I know that for this song, it was one that I already liked him as a musician, but I realized with this sort of song like his true potential, which we are still seeing barely tapped today. So the beat, first off, is so bizarre and so wonderful. It's got this accordion sound that is, it feels like a default plugin that you might see on a cheap piano keyboard at a garage sale for like 10 bucks. It's like the most kind of almost tongue-in-cheek, over-the-top accordion sound that you would never even think to use on any sort of serious or sophisticated record. And it's playing this very, very simple pattern repeatedly, that to me always sounds like a little bit clumsy. Like it always sounds like it should have a little bit more rubato, like a little bit more kind of like drama to it. But that every note kind of lands very flatly at the same intervals. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Like, I think even there, in trying to recreate it, I made it more exciting than it actually is. And so you get the sense that the beat is kind of like dragging behind the song. And then over top of that, Lil Uzi Vert does just wonderful, wonderful things. I love this. We don't usually talk about the lyrics too much with this like trap type stuff. I'm more just trying to get across what like really, really appeals to me, which is usually some essence of the beat or some combination of the flow and the beat. But here, there's so many genius lines and we're on genius. So many interesting lines that I really want to kind of hyper focus on it, like it's some Joanna Newsom thing. The way he goes, this song right here, Slick Hatin'. First off, it's not really slick hating, which to me I think would mean like subtle disses and stuff, things that might not be apparent except to the intended target what he's saying or what he means. Instead, here he's very clearly telling the story of how this guy Austin, his girlfriend broke up with him, and then that girl went and got with Lil Uzi Vert. That's it. Like that's what the song is about, and almost every single line is about that. So I'm not really sure why it's slick hating. But then he goes so, which to me is like a real, very iconic Lil Uzi Vert maneuver that he responds to hypothetical questions in like a really sort of like bratty, arrogant way. I'm trying to think of other good examples. The way he shrugs at the end of his Bad and Bougie verse in the music video is fantastic example, fantastic example. But it happens a lot lyrically too. And then this chorus where he's saying, "I took what yours, I made her mine." He's doing it in a long pattern that mirrors the repetitions of this accordion beat, and he's like bringing out this sort of rubato dramatic quality to it that's lacking in the actual beat itself. So it's like not only does it sound a little off that it doesn't have that originally, but he's like singing as if it does. And there's again just this very slight awkwardness to it, that I find really kind of endearing in a certain way. Like it has all of the performative elements to it. Like it's really bringing out the fun he's having in sort of just sloppily singing along to this. And then the switch into ooh sang. He ain't got no money, yeah. The beat switches there really hard, and it goes from this like super cheesy um, pawn shop piano type of sound to suddenly like a real deep, well produced, rich and lush sound. Just like in an instant, there's this like really cool sound effect that bridges the two that I can't even describe. It sounds like somebody is scratching a turntable underwater. I said I couldn't describe it, and then I described it like that, which proves that I can't really describe it because what I said made no sense. um, this is the chorus. The first verse has some hilarious lines, I think. What's on the music scene? What? Thought he was me? The ad lib of him asking, did her ex think he was me? Because he was trying to get on the music scene. And then another ex, perhaps the same one, I'm not sure, thought he was going straight to the league, like the NBA. And he goes, yeah, straight to the D, which of course means the D League, which is like the lowest of the amateur, well, like semi-amateur NBA farm leagues that you work your way up all the way from the D League to the NBA. So the idea of him going straight to the D, which he says with this like really ironic, cruel, chipper voice. It's just so funny. Um, but then, that to me is all very funny. But this is where it actually like, there's just the slightest bit of introspection, the slightest bit of introspective depth that is like kind of a common element in Lil Uzi Vert's music, where suddenly he's just like a little pensive, maybe a little melancholy. He goes, yeah, I gotta stay on my P's and Q's. I gotta be polite about this. I gotta like keep myself in check because that could happen to me. She left him for me. She could leave me for someone else. And we know from later music he's made that's what ended up happening. It was like, oh wow, like yeah, I don't know. So then this is, kind of more type stuff. It goes back into the chorus. The long breakdown of just singing yeah. I don't know. Just the way he like interacts with the beat. Just the way you see him immerse himself in these strange rhythms, and such that he's just like soaking in them. Um, to me comes out the most when he's not even rapping, when there's not even really lyrics, but he's just kind of feeling himself through the beat. So cool. I like this a lot too, where he goes back into the chorus during the verse, and it's like another sort of juxtaposition between the flow of this da 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 da, but it's like offset from where it normally is on the beat, which usually comes on the chorus. Like when he gets into this part on the chorus, the beat is in a certain place, and then he does it like early here, truncating his verse with it. It's cool. It's cool. That sort of thing is like very cool to me, just because it really pulls attention to these strange polyrhythmic interactions between his voice and the beat. This bizarrely rigid accordion beat. I don't know. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. The music video is great too. I will link it in the description. I think the transition at the end between this and the next song is fantastic too. The next song is just instantly in a whole other world of beat. And this is one of those songs that like I often will just like be listening to this album. There's already quite a few bangers. Money Longer, You Was Right, fantastic. And then I get to this song, and for like the length of this entire part plus more, I'm just stuck on this track. That whenever I get to the end and it transitions into the next song, I just hear the very start of that beat, and I was like, no, more P's and Q's. And the contrast between the start of this beat and the entirety of this song, just like switching between those things, it's just a very satisfying feeling. Whenever I get these like single song addictions, I never use repeat one Like I never actually just set my MP3 player or Fubar or whatever to actually repeat that song over and over again because I really enjoy the feeling of being like, one more time, one more time, one more time. And just like hearing the start of the next song, I'm just feeling like, one more time. I don't know. It's so great. I really like this song. Oh yeah, this part too. The bye bye. Yeah, boy, please. Like, bye bye. I don't know. I don't know. His weird kind of like bratty conversational flow that he uses quite a lot where he's kind of rapping as if he's really speaking. He's like working in snippets of hypothetical conversations and stuff, but they're always like so dismissive and so I don't know. It's just I just really like it. I don't know if I can describe it too well. Anyways, check it out. It's very good. Bye bye.